going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. If you haven't seen it already, I did release a news video earlier this morning, so you can watch that. It will be linked down below, so check that out if you haven't, where we talk about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Flip 4 and see a real first 360-degree view of these phones. We talk about what's there, what's missing, and everything else about those devices. But without further ado, we have a couple of news stories today and a handful of questions. So let's jump into the tech news. Our first story of the day has to do with the Galaxy Watch 4 and Watch 4 Classic. And when are we going to see Google Assistant finally come to this watch? Well, it looks like it's come out that they will officially come out with Google Assistant on the Watch 4 and Watch 4 Classic come this summer. So my guess would probably be July or August of when it will actually hit. More so probably August is when you'll probably see it. I think it's completely ridiculous that we still haven't had it on our watches just yet. I mean, the watch has been out for a really long time and it still doesn't have Google Assistant, but it runs Wear OS. Like, come on. Pretty ridiculous, but a few more months and you should have it on your wrist. Next, let's talk about the devices that Google actually announced yesterday, and some of them aren't even coming out for a year or so. It's really wild. Google's been really known to kind of announce devices maybe months ahead of time, but not a year ahead of time in some of these cases. So without further ado, let's just jump into everything that we learned yesterday at Google I/O and the devices that are coming out. The first one, talking about devices that aren't going to come out for a while, is this. It's the Google Tablet 10. So it'll be a 10-inch tablet. We don't know a lot about it, but we do know that it's going to come out in 2023 and that they announced it yesterday, and they're saying it's going to go very well with their Pixel devices. I guess it's going to communicate quite well with those devices. So really cool stuff coming out for that. Next up is the Google Pixel 6a. They officially announced it. It'll be $449. It'll come with the Tensor processor, which is the same one that's in the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. It has the Pixel specific camera features that you would expect, Titan M2 security, 5 years of security updates, an under display fingerprint sensor, all-day battery life, and you can pre-order it July 21st for July 28th release. And just to let you know, there's no headphone jack built into this phone, so if you needed that, this phone will not have that. Next up, we have the Pixel 7. They announced it. This isn't even going to be out until October, at least if you take time into thinking about when they usually release them. But they did say Pixel 7 first look. You can see what it's going to look like on the back. It looks really, really cool. I love the silver and the white on here. It really makes it stand out. It makes it look really, really premium. Super excited about this one. And they also said it's going to come with the second generation of the Tensor processor. Next up are the Google Pixel Buds Pro. They're going to come out with some Pro versions of their Pixel Buds, and they'll come with active noise cancellation. And to help with that active noise cancellation, it will have Silent Seal technology, a 6-core audio chip tuned in-house by the Google folks, transparency mode so you can hear what's going on around you, beam forming microphones, 11 hours of battery life for the Buds, or 7 hours with active noise cancellation, hands-free experience with Google, multi-point so you can connect them to other devices very easily and use them, spatial audio, which will be coming via a software update later on in the year, and you'll be able to pre-order these July 21st, and again, delivery will be on July 28th. Lastly, the Google Pixel Watch. They announced this as well, said they're going to launch it with the Pixel 7, so that'll be in the fall of 2022. Directions will show up on the watch even when no phone is connected to it. Google Wallet will also work again with no phone connected to it. Google Home app will come built in, so you can connect and control all your Google Home devices. It'll also have Fitbit integration for tracking not only your sleep but also your workouts and things like that. So exciting, cool stuff coming from Google. They didn't announce their Pixel Fold, which gets me a little bit worried in a way. You would think that if they announced all these devices, that having the Pixel Fold or Pixel Fold Notepad, whatever they end up calling it, would have been one of the things they would have leaked out as well. Or maybe they didn't want to announce it because they didn't want to take anything away from these devices. So, but but still, I'm interested in for sure, basically everything they're talking about there. I'll probably end up getting my hands on all of it, hopefully. So it's very, very interesting stuff. And we're only a couple months away from some of them, and then about 3 or 4 months away from everything else. So cool stuff coming out from Google. Guys, your question of the day is, out of those Google products, which one piques your interest the most? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, I would probably go with either, even though I'm not a big watch person, either the Pixel Watch, definitely the Pixel Buds Pro, very interested in those because I use Buds every single day. Pixel 7, I'm really curious to see how the performance is because it was great on the 6 and how much it's improved on the 7 and the camera features as well on the 7. So yeah, that's probably the stuff I'm most interested in. And the tablet actually too, see what they do with that. Without further ado, let's get into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. First question comes from Jay Cooper. Is there any hope of having the S Pen compatibility on the Fold 4 front screen? Is there hope? Yes. Will it happen? I don't think so, but would I be surprised if they added it? No, I wouldn't. But I don't think it's going to happen due to the fact that I don't think a lot of people would use it on there, and it'd be an additional cost of some sort, I would assume, if they did do that. And our last question from Booty Seller, what do you think the future of gaming is going like the rumored Xbox Portable? Haven't really heard about the Xbox Portable. I'd be kind of surprised if they come out with that. The future of gaming, that is a tough bet, because at one point I would have said consoles would probably be dead by now. But what I do think is as video games or as internet becomes faster and faster, I think streaming video games rather than downloading them and other than getting a disc itself are going to become more popular and popular. So I think the next step is you will buy a console with literally no disc in it, and they already do that now. They have a PlayStation version like that, and then most people, I feel like, just download their games anyway. So I think that'll be the next iteration, is like just a console that you can only download your games. I know that alienates some people, but probably not the majority of the people. And then to add on to that, I think streaming video games would be the next iteration after that. And you can already stream games now, don't get me wrong. You can do it on Xbox, you can do it on PlayStation, you can do it in Nvidia, you can do it on Google, all these other companies. But I think that would be really within the next 5 to 10 years is when it really gets more popular. So there you guys go. That is your news for today. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the word question as the first word, and we'll see you down the road.